compared to other, say, episodic dramas that I was directing at the time, the scripts arrived in a better state, and there wasn't actually that much interaction or input really either necessary or time for, because they were quite mature scripts. And I don't remember any extended, sit downs with writers on it at all. I don't know if Tony remembers. Did we have any more time than the usual sort of 5 days to shoot it because of the car?
I think
chase? Must have taken another day at least, surely.
I can't remember. I mean, Michael was so kind of, you have 5 days and that's it.
Yeah, that was it.
Wisely.
The funny thing is that the actual moment when the car impact looks almost like an after effects. You know how nowadays they'll do a crash. They won't actually crash that car, or they'll do a very different impact. So what was quite a high speed impact. I think our actual contact speed was at about 25, wasn't it? Or 20, pretty fast.
Yeah,
it was fast. That is a really high impact speed.
You used the shot of the front of the crumpled Rover. I thought, was that a stand-in that made out of plastic? They've just knackered the front end, or was it? Because I don't remember a real hit. I do remember there's one hairy arm. And I thought, that's not my arm. It's not Nick's arm. I do remember, but it was my watch, this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yes, I do remember. I thought, gosh, that's quite an expensive piece of work there, the front end of that car. Can I ask you, Stuart, did you feel under any time pressure on that episode?
Well, obviously, attempting that chase, we all know, that it takes longer than normal to shoot something like that. Obviously, wanted to get that right. With Nick on board, we weren't going to screw up the action, but you have to have time to do it. And I can't remember being any under particularly dreadful pressures. I mean, I don't recall in the sequence of Bill's episodes that I did where that came. It was obviously the summer.
It's the second episode you did.
Obviously, it is a pressure to do an action sequence like that where it's real, and it's not. On the other hand, when you look at the episode, it's not the whole. In my memory, it was the whole episode. Whereas, of course, it's only probably 3 or 4 minutes of full-on action there, isn't it? I mean, there's a shot in there that cannot have been us. I do remember asking and hoping that we would get a camera in a real emergency run, as I had been on in a few, because that moment when the pedestrian steps right off and the car's on the wrong side of the high street, I can't believe we did it.
We did do some very strange stuff.
I think we did. Sometimes they just...
You naughty boy, we'd never get away with that now.
We didn't used to stop the roads because we would normally have like a mile circuit round a block, and we didn't have enough people. So you just have to keep your eyes open.
It did look exactly like a real run, police run. I don't remember any huge pressure or compromise on doing the show. I was always a careful planner and shot lister, and I can't remember. I don't think we'd have had the money to storyboard it, as I often did.
There was a lovely shot when Burnside is banging on the door and they're doing their raid. He chases the guy through, and the camera follows him through one room, through the other room, through the other.
Shot.
And I thought, wow.
Thank you for your. I mean, I think all the directors probably vied with each other against each other, trying. How can you do something that hasn't been done exactly by the previous director? And so there was a bit of that going on, I'm sure.
I must admit, working with Stuart, I remember feeling very safe under his guidance. So thank you very much for that, Stuart.
Oh, yes, well, that's good if you felt like that.
You should tell you what, though, Stuart, it's a fucking achievement, that show.
It's a great show.
It's a fantastic piece of work.
And it really stands up so well.
Yeah. We better put that out on the podcast. It was a fantastic general time on the bill. This episode was, I really love running around in cars and doing what I did with Nick and doing that stuff. And, it was a kind of boys' own adventure, but equally it was a great cast. The script was great. And, it's one of those things that you look back very fondly, and, I still have that picture on my collage of the crash. I was just really grateful and glad to have done that, actually. And especially with Tony and his team, it was, you realise later in life, how it should be and what fun it was. A great experience in various senses. But actually, thank you, Tony.